Okay. Right now, I would say Adolescence, Blue record.
What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I like how, I like the energy of it. It's like really fast, or not fast, but it's very powerful, but also it's really melodic if you listen to it. Like there's a lot of stuff, and it's very pretty. I like it. It's catchy.
Okay. I've been listening to this album called Temple by TURN Down, and I like it because it's just like it's like kind of like a weirder kind of sound, but it's also super like kind of in your face and like in a pretty way. I don't know.
Do you have anything about it?
I'm thinking. Go first.
I have a feeling on it.
Okay, just go.
Okay. Okay, last night I was listening to Always Tomorrow by West Coast.
Nice.
Solid.
That album was really cool. I like it because, well, we know them. We know West Coast, and they're so awesome.
Bob is our guitar tech. Sorry,
Yeah.
I cannot speak.
We went to Disneyland with them yesterday.
We did.
Or Disney Sea.
We went to Disney.
Yeah, that was fun. Anyways, the album.
Now he's like off at Disneyland.
It was raining
somewhere.
though. It was raining.
It was cool.
But because of that, the lines were shorter and it was cooler. Okay,
That was
sorry.
our poncho.
This is getting off track. The album was really cool. I liked the topics of the songs and
It's fun to like sing.
and like fun to listen to and dance around to and stuff.
This is going to be kind of random, but it's what I've been listening to right now. I can't remember the name of it, but it's Shakira's first album, and I don't know. I mean, you can really tell. It's just I like to hear what she does with her voice because she does something really obvious, but the way she places things, I don't know. It's just very interesting to hear her placement of certain notes and things.
I like that. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Future Me Hates Me by the Beths, because that was kind of, well, all the Beths music was kind of my rock during quarantine and like online school. But that album in particular, it's just like I knew it. Like I memorized every single lyric and guitar riff, and I can't play the guitar riffs, but I like can sing them. And I would like listen to it while I was baking, while I was reading, while I was doing school. So it was just kind of, I think it's such like a good album with like really good music and songwriting that I just took a lot of inspiration from when I first started learning to like write songs. Yeah.
I'd have to say for me, it'd have to be Mystery Achievement by the Pretenders. The title track is actually one of the first covers we learned how to play, in the beginning. But anyways, Chrissy Hines is such an awesome guitar player, and she's like one of the few. I feel like when women like sing in bands or whatever, they don't always play, and she's like one of those people that has been in the industry for a long time, and she's just really cool, and she kind of inspired a lot of like hair choices for me, or like guitars. She inspired me to get my first guitar, and just that album is just awesome. Like it's just so random. It was like trumpets and like stuff, but like it's just really cool. So yeah.
I think mine might have been the Go-Go's at, where was it? You know? My parents would know. Somewhere in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was really little. I don't really remember it, but I think that was my first concert. I saw the Go-Go's.
I used to, when I was little, my parents would take me to like a bunch of daytime matinees at different places, like outdoor places or Amoeba, and so I saw a lot of cool bands. Like I saw Shonen Knife and I saw Red Cross, and yeah.
Oh, well, they might not know what Amoeba is. Amoeba is kind of like Tower Records. Yeah. But for me, actually, my first like real concert was going to see Paramore with them too. And that was just awesome because I grew up listening to Paramore. That was my first concert at the Forum, the LA Forum. Or I don't know, it's probably called something else now. It's probably owned by somebody else now, but still the Forum. But yeah, because I grew up listening to Paramore, so it was just kind of awesome to see them live.
For me, I don't know what my first concert was. My parents don't know what my first concert was. I must have been really little, but it was a long time ago. And I assume it was a really good band, and I had a lot of fun at that concert, but I do not know.
A lot of us have been really lucky that we just like went to shows when we were tiny, you know, and we're just kind of surrounded by that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I miss live music so much. Like during the pandemic, and I'm really enjoying being able to like play music and be on stage, and being on stage also gives me the opportunity to see other people on stage, and that's kind of something I have fun with. Yeah.
And our first concert as a band, we saw Joan Jett.
Oh yeah.
That's fun. And Cheap Trick at the was that the county fair?
The LA County
at
Fair.
The LA County Fair.
That's fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about, because we're also kind of young, but people that are closer in age, I feel like that we kind of, like, I feel like
Frida's Roses?
Yeah, Frida's Roses. Or like the Bests too, they're not that much older than us.
The
right?
Regrets.
The Regrets, the Best, like just like, I mean they're not that much older than me, but.
Do you feel sympathy towards them?
Yeah, like I feel like, or Japanese Breakfast, maybe she's not the same age as us, but I feel like we're doing a lot of the same things at the same time. So it's kind of cool to see. I mean, obviously she's a lot better than us and doing a lot bigger things than we are. But like, it was at a time it was kind of cool. It was like, oh, Japanese Breakfast did the Tonight Show last week. We're doing it next week, or things like that. And I feel like it's kind of similar, or like even I'm trying to think, because it's kind of hard because we're so young that there's not very many people that are the same age.
Yeah, like we started out playing these shows in Chinatown with a bunch of old punk rockers. You know, we would play with, or we played the same shows that like Alice Bag and Channel 3 and like Adolescents and The Crowd played, and Alley Cats. So like we haven't really been around a lot of bands our age.
Because most of them are a lot older than us.
Yeah.
Or
There are a lot of
Or we
bands
just
that,
haven't met them.
There are a lot
yeah.
of bands that have like started when they were our age, though.
like the Regrets started young. Like
Regrets, Paramore,
Red Cross. Oh, what's cool about Red Cross though is like they also have siblings, so it's kind of like a family thing, and like we. There's siblings, and we started when we were young, you know?
Okay.
Goals.
For producer, I'd have to say either Rick Rubin or Pharrell. For director, I'd have to say either Wes Anderson or I think Godard is dead, but if he wasn't dead, I don't know if he's dead, but I know he's old. So yeah, he's in the 50s, so I think he's dead. So yeah. That would be fun, but I can't bring anybody back from the dead, so.
Okay, I don't know. I think, honestly, Mila could probably make a pretty sick remix of her songs. Yeah, I think you should be a remix. You should be a DJ when you grow up, actually. That'd be
Did I
pretty
tell you
cool.
I took a DJ class?
Oh, really?
Like I had like this thing where I really wanted to be a DJ, like a club DJ. Don't ask me why. It was just a thing.
At my school, there was a DJ club at my school last year where like you could join to like learn how to become a DJ.
Oh yeah, you should have done that.
What about, I used to edit our music videos like a long time ago. I would like to do that again.
I semi-produced Vote, which is one of our songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Favorite movie for me, although this is a Christmas movie, but I love Home Alone. It's an awesome movie, but it's like really bad.
Okay, my favorite movie would probably be Linda Linda.
Oh.
We need to watch it again.
We need to watch
it's
it
been a
again.
second.
We need to like get together and be like, okay, no band stuff today. We're just going to watch this movie
We have
and
so much
snack.
popcorn.
And
so much
snack.
popcorn.
Eat so much
So much
snack.
popcorn.
We should see if we could try to find it here, like a special Japanese
Maybe, I don't
version.
know.
I doubt
Yeah,
it.
like
but
it's really hard to find the movie.
Yeah,
in
you
the
can
US.
find you
You
can't
can't
find
find
the
it
movie anywhere in the US. But
Probably.
for our 5th anniversary next year, we should like do a bunch of stuff.
You know what I really like to watch? When this isn't a movie, but like over the pandemic, I watched a lot of like Cantonese soap operas with my grandma. So that's always fun, like all the TVB stuff and like Condor Heroes and then like newer stuff like the Moonlight Resonance or K9 Cop. Those are fun to watch. Just watch it with my grandma.
You speak Cantonese?
A little bit, but I
she
speak
speaks Mandarin fluently.
I speak Mandarin, but I also speak Cantonese. But I don't speak Cantonese well. I speak it like a baby.
I feel like the smell is awesome because it's like a lot of the kids from the local scene go and hang out there. All of my friends have played
It's
the
also
smell,
cool
which is
because
awesome.
bands like Bleached and Best Coast and No Age, they all like started there, you know.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. But it's a bunch of kids and not kids. And
The Troubadour was
community
actually really
run.
fun too.
It was fun.
It
Nice
looks
spot.
it's like a wider stage and it's like not as deep. This is deep, right?
Yeah.
Not as deep. So,
So you're like right up against them.
so,
you can see them.
so even if you're in the back, you're kind of you're not too
pretty
far
close.
back.
The wheelchair is also amazing. Like the ceiling is
It's really
really
pretty.
cool.
Oh, wow.
It's so pretty.
But that's like really big.
Yeah,
that's
that's
really
big.
big.
I think like, yeah, the smell is definitely
Or like
suggestive.
if we're doing like all different levels. The one that's across the street from the Forum, I'm trying to think what it's called. It's a football stadium, but it's really futuristic and it's really weird. Yeah, SoFi Stadium.
Oh, they just
They
opened
just
that.
opened that one.
They
It's
just
so
opened
cool.
it.
It looks like you're in the future. It's
It's
really
like,
weird.
wow, this is like,
But that's huge.
We saw
BTS there.
We also saw Diva there.
yeah. Also,
That's a YouTube video.
Also, the Palladium is a fun one if you want to go to like a big show.
Big show.
I just saw
That
the
was a
Circle
cap.
Jerks with I think it was with 7 Seconds and Face to Face. Yeah.
We saw Slater Kinney once.
Oh yeah. And we played there once with Bikini Kill.
A long time ago.
We would love to see you play. It's like so cool that people say that they're learning drums or guitar or bass because of us. That's that's so cool.
Just like
Go ahead.
just go for it. Like it doesn't matter if you don't know how to play your instruments, or it doesn't matter if you
didn't
make
know
so
either.
many mistakes. Like as long as you're having fun and as long as you love the people around you that you're doing it with, like just do it, you know? Who cares? I don't. Well, I care about what you're making, you know?
But also, I think it's so cool that we live in a time where, you know, we have like all these streaming platforms, and you know, we have access to all these different kinds of music, and I feel like you should just not feel like you have to be confined into like a checked box, because there's so many other artists that are very experimental or whatever, and you don't have to just be one thing. You can be so many things. So I think it's great, you know, that you guys have access to listen to all these other artists too, not just me.
Yeah, like take advantage of all that access, you know?
Shonen
Knight,
Blue Hearts. Atrashi Gakko.
Oh yeah.
We wore the socks yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I saw them.
I was gonna wear them, but then we did. Guitar Wolf. Oh wow, that would be cool.
Beatles.
That'd be pretty
I want to see
awesome
the
to
Ramones.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I would go back.
I'd probably go to the 80s or 70s or
Yeah,
90s.
I'd go
like
back to
that
the
era.
80s.
Or like my parents' childhood time-ish. So like 70s or 80s.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I'd be
Maybe.
kind of intrigued
Maybe I'd like
to see,
spy on them.
like, I don't know, like what my mom was like. Honestly, my dad not so much.
My
but,
dad, our dad was like in a lot of bands when he was younger, so it'd be like cool to like go to one of his concerts.
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be
And then later you
Oh,
can
you
go
know what
back
is
to the
so
future
sick?
and make fun of him.
So, you know, we're playing Summer Sonic, and her dad actually played Summer Sonic like years ago, or their dad. And so that would be so sick if like we had just played that, and then we went back and saw his concert. Yeah.
It's also cool because like he and his band played with Bikini Kill and we played with Bikini Kill.
But also
And
it's
so
like
it's cool. to,
we
like-
hear like all these stories about like her dad and our mom,
And
like
my mom.
and your mom and her dad.
It's like we hear all these stories, we want to see it.
we hear all these
to like
stories
spy on them.
like
We
about
want to see
how
it in some
real.
bushes.
Matt, but I was gonna say we hear all these stories about them like going to concerts when they were younger, and like it's weird to think that what music we think of as like, or not, maybe not we, maybe that's just me that thinks of it like this. I think of it like, wow, these bands were like from so long ago. They were like so they're so old. So it makes you realize like two things. One, it makes you realize your parents are pretty old, and two, it makes you realize the bands aren't actually that old. It's just like
Their parents
we
are
just feel like
relatively
they're old.
You know what I want to see? Okay. I feel like I hear a lot of stories about Lance Han from J Church and Cringer, and because like we just played with Jawbreaker, you know, and so I think that it would be really cool to meet him. Like he sounds like a really sweet guy, and yeah, you know, like writing a song every day, like that's something to I don't know. I feel like it's very special for them to meet.
You crying?
No.